Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Zeno Damus. I'm here with
Skew.
And we have Michelle over at the editor station.
Hey guys.
A-list editor.
Yeah.
Woot woot. Sorry, the editor cam is still down.
Hey, is it?
Yes, I tried.
Oh man, you should have told me before the show. I would have made sure to fix that.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, you know.
Well, remember, you're the only one that looks good for your age.
Yeah,
oh, that's true. I look pretty
called
good
us
You
today.
were
old
just
man
talking
just a
about
moment
us
ago.
looking old and grumpy. and all
No, you
that
guys
stuff,
said
you
that
know.
you looked old and grumpy. I said I look great.
Okay. Well, we had talked about it, I think, last week. And the trailer did come out Monday.
I did bring it up.
Yes.
Don't you like that foreshadowing?
So let's go ahead and talk about this Ghostbusters trailer, man. I mean, what did you think?
I am very excited for this. I saw some things that some people didn't when I watched reviews of it, which is what surprised me, which is the storytelling here. I love the fact that for people that are big Ghostbusters fans, in the trailer, they actually bring up that no ghosts have been sighted. If you remember, we talked about that. If you remember from the movies, the ghost only appeared because of the Zool event and the event in the second movie. So it actually makes a lot of sense that there would have been no ghost sightings after the end of the movie. So this would have kind of degenerated into legend. You give it, 30, 40 years, whatever time frame they're using here, it makes sense that people would have forgot about all those ghost stories because so many years of looking for ghosts and not finding anything. So it's a really cool element that they're playing with this whole, it's kind of become legend. Nobody believes it anymore. The style of it's great. They're making it creepy. I like that. I kind of like the fact that it's being played.
No, I mean a lot of people have complained about it being Stranger Things like and involving kids and.
But is that a bad thing though? I mean, I like the Goonies, man. I like Stranger Things, and honestly, I prefer this storyline to the Stranger Things one. The whole Demogorgon and secret. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but the twist of the Stranger Things wasn't bad, but this to me is this is what I wish Stranger Things was. So I'm more excited for this than I was for even Stranger Things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's obviously it's playing up nostalgia pretty hardcore. Which
here comes the nostalgia buddy.
If done right, I don't think is a bad thing. Like you said, now if it's just a pure nostalgia trip and doesn't have a good plot, it could definitely
look at that.
it could definitely go wrong. But at the same time,
I had that toy. They based that on the toy. I had that toy.
Did you?
Yes, I had that toy. It did have the slide out seat. That's a shout out to the people that had the Ecto 1, baby. But no, to me it works better with the kids because there's a more tension. It's gonna hit a younger crowd. I mean, the Ghostbusters original movie wasn't really for kids. The cartoon handled that when it came out, the real Ghost cartoon, but it wasn't really for kids. A lot of the humor was over their head. This is going to be aimed at that crowd, but at the same time, I think old Ghostbusters fans are going to love it too. So I think it's going to hit all the right bells.
I think it could definitely hit a multiple. This is where you can, of course, I mean, a lot of the kids are going to go see it because, their parents saw Ghostbusters. And so their parents are going to want to be able to bring their kids to the movie theater. I mean, that's another thing you got. You've got a dual market here by being able to actually make something for the fan base instead of trying to go against the fan base, which we've talked about on a lot of different remakes and stuff like that, where they're like, it's not for the fans or it's not. This is our creation Disney? And all this stuff.
You didn't hear about with Star Wars? Just a quick thing that Disney said after they finish these movies, everything they make after that is going to be designed where they said we just want a new fan base. So they basically stated that they don't want the old fan base anymore. But here they're doing it because Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson are signed on to reprise their roles, which to me, that's where not only nostalgia, that's where the adult jokes are going to come in. That's why I think this is going to hit all the bells. There's going to be a couple of jokes that are going to be for us.
Well, you also so they got the kids. I think Teddy Sprinkles talk about Paul Rudd.
Paul
My
Rudd.
tongue tied there. Paul Rudd for the win. Paul Rudd's a funny guy. Like, he could definitely also throw in some of that.
I enjoyed
that
seeing him in the
behind
trailer.
the, like, oh, I got you. I got what you're saying, Paul.
Yeah, I can see him cracking a joke like, I see why the jumpsuit pants were brown.
I mean, he actually matches.
That
He
was pretty
actually
good,
matches the humor from the original movies
He really
as well.
does.
Like,
You
he
know
would
what?
go along with that humor.
He could have been a fifth Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the right stuff. I'm having high expectations for this movie. And what I like about it is that before I was hoping to be good. Now I've got a trailer that shows me they're trying to hit those points. Like I said, I like Stranger Things, but some of it was a little too strange. Some of it really didn't hit all the points. Like, I faded out in the later seasons. I really did. I enjoyed the first season a lot. I liked the second season.
I faded out in the second season. The third season, I thought brought it back. But
I agree with
I need
that.
to watch the third season. I faded out in the second season and couldn't pull up the drive
the third
to watch
season's
the third
worth
one.
going back.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
But anyway, yeah, that's neither here nor there.
But Q's opinion is that I think they're targeting all the right points. Whether they hit, that's still up to it. But they are targeting gold. Like, I did not see anything I disliked in this trailer at all.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and hit a random encounter, because I figure once we get into the game awards, that's going to be sort of a long run. So let's get a random encounter going.
But D&D.
Yeah, we'll get to all that.
Patience is not my virtue.
I think anybody who
We know
watches
that.
this show knows patience is not your virtue.
Or any of them.
Are you ready?
Roll the
Editor?
die.
Yeah, just do it, man. Look, see
You
see
got
that?
hey. This is 2019. We asked permission first. Editor, are you ready?
Yes.
Is it okay for me
If
to
you
roll
don't roll
the die?
that damn
Please
die.
roll
I have
the
your
die.
permission to roll the die.
Yes,
All right,
you
we
have
have
my
that
permission.
recorded.
Yes.
Everybody, you saw that. I've been given permission.
Oh God.
16.
At least it wasn't a 1.
Blam, recipe. Now what you
Oh.
gonna do? You even got
Wait.
one?
Well, that's not new.
We watched that yesterday.
we watched that last week.
I know, that's why I'm messing with y'all. I looked up and realized I don't even think it's a new list.
Yeah.
Because he would have changed that out.
Oh well. Roll. Roll.
All right.
Re-roll.
I am rolling again.
Will you quit, dude? Just fucking roll. You made me. Role play time. Recruit followers. Maybe miss out on a flunky, or have everyone available from the start.
Oh, okay. He's talking about those games where you have to accumulate your team over the course of the game versus having your full team from the get-go. That's an interesting challenge, because here's what I found. While it's fun and exhilarating at times to recruit fresh new members as you go along, there tends to be a couple of issues that come up. One is, as we know, redundancy. Half of the time in games where you recruit, you have to get to a certain progress to get new characters, you start taking other characters out because they're literally made obsolete by this later guy who's higher level, has better stats. 2, character building. You don't get to know those characters as much when they come in halfway through the game. When you start the game with the full cast, you're able to build their story. You go through things with them. You get locked in on them. Now, when that happens, though, I don't tend to want any more characters. I want to just keep that same team the whole go. For example, let's compare it to Final Fantasy, I think it's 13, which has Rock Noctis, and you have your team. You start the game with your full team. You get to know them. You go through stuff with them. You care when things happen to them. Flip that over to, let's say Fallout, where you pick up characters over the course of the game. By the time I pick up somebody like Longfellow from the DLC, I skip it. I'm not listening to his story, man. He's like the 8th guy I've recruited. I can only carry one companion with me. I keep him in long enough to get his affinity up, and I kick him out of my party. Because he ain't been there since I walked out the vault.
Uh-huh.
You know who I roll with? Annoying as it can be, man, I'm rolling with Preston. Because Preston was like first guy I joined with. We built the Minutemen. It goes back to that character I've done more with and been with, I roll with. I also like, Nick. Because you go through a lot of story with Nick, and the DLC covers more story. So I prefer having a set team, getting them in early, getting to know them, and going through stuff with them, so that at the end of the game, and this even goes for tabletop, I prefer not to lose party members if possible, and to end a campaign with my starting party, because like, for example, Wick and Jacrem de Beau, our 2 characters, started, for people out there to the Pathfinder, we did Rise of the Rune Lords, and we played people who were born in Sandpoint. So late in the campaign, man, we're sitting there looking at each other going like, man,
Well,
remember when we were just villagers?
To me, I wouldn't go into that because I think tabletop is completely different. Because my answer would be different on tabletop than on video games. So,
but I mean, I've been talking to, man. What's your point of view on
well,
that?
I mean, so I have to actually disagree with you on that. Like, I actually like the idea of recruiting followers throughout the story. To me, it seems more, I mean, especially if you're having a starting story with this character, it's sort of weird when he starts out with a full team. You know, usually in a game, when you start out with a full team, you know, it's like, hey, these are the people you're stuck with. That's how I feel. When I get to build a team like in Baldur's Gate and, you know, Divinity and stuff like that, where I actually get to learn these people's stories. Also, depending on what I'm playing, I pick different people to match my alignment or my character progression, stuff like that. I think it builds up a more story that I can get into.
I don't think Divinity is the greatest example, though, because you get all of your guys for Divinity basically in the first area. So that's almost like starting with them, dude. You literally find everybody. In fact, if you don't grab them, they don't pop back up.
What about Dragon Age?
I will give you that on Divinity. It does happen pretty.
Now, Dragon
pretty
Age,
early.
you find them as you progress through the game.
Yeah. And once again, you get to sort of pick and choose who you want to travel with. You get to build your party. Also, if you're creating a character of your own, you get to be able to have a synergy of, oh, well, I'm a mage, so I don't need this mage that I met, but I need this fighter and stuff like that. So you get to sort of build and construct, you know, your own group. And it also adds to replayability a bit because I can create a different group and go through. By
you got me on that because I was thinking of games like Divinity and putting it in that category of starting with. But if you really stop to think about it, you know, you got to make that clarification of, is it your team is set or do you pick your starting team and then you roll with them from the beginning? So you got me on that one because I was thinking, well, yeah, I might still get to build my party before I head out.
Well, you know, you get to build your party. They don't get to be intertwined with the story then.
True, they rarely have their own. They don't always have that. You walk up and they're in the middle of some crap.
If you're customizing it, then there's no real.
Well, even if it's like Divinity, Divinity doesn't do as good a job of story as like the editor pointed out. Good job, by the way, really good one. Dragon Age, where you roll up on people and they got their own crap going on.
Yeah,
and then you choose whether you get involved. So I'll concede that to you to a degree. But I will still say, though, that there were characters that, like, late game, I didn't care by the time they came up. Like, you got so much going on, you don't always jump in. So I'll say that you make a good point, but I still want those characters within the first couple of hours, man. I that late game addition to my team just doesn't carry the weight unless they've been doing some good foreshadowing where you've been seeing them, but he hasn't joined. Like, you've been running into a character repeatedly through the story. So that at least you've built some familiarity and some background. But when it's just, oh, walking to this town, hey, man, here's the 20th level engineer. You want to honor your party? And I'll be like, all right.
Yeah,
I've been rolling with Jim for 5 hours.
See, that's not a problem with the mechanic of having recruit followers. That's a problem with storytelling.
True. So I guess I have less faith in the storytelling because well done, you're right. Badly done, I'm right.
Well, no, and I've ran across a lot of badly done ones, but I'm also looking at the best case scenarios here, and I've always enjoyed those really made stories.
So you're a shot glass half full kind of guy?
In this case, yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's a rarity. I'm usually a little bit less pessimistic than you on some things. All right, everybody. So put your votes in. Who's right? Me.
All right.
Come on, shot glass half empty people. Because to me, if a shot glass ain't full, it might as well be empty.
I mean, with video games, I think it's a roll of the dice, man. You get good ones, you get bad ones.
Not bad. All right, that was a good pun. Roll with the dice. Okay, I'll go with it.
All right, so.
Speaking of a little side note, I don't care if we're live. You could have told me the reason I was getting my butt kicked I wasn't using maces. You know what I'm talking about. I reloaded the maces.
Maces, yeah.
Dude, freaking ridiculous. I got a 15 in swords, man.
Maces were too stupid easy, so I didn't
Kingdom
ever
Hearts
use them.
Deliverance, man. Just all I'm gonna say is Mace.
Kingdom Deliverance.
Actually, Kingdom Hearts Deliverance sounds like an awesome crossover.
Now, Mickey.
No, I just like the idea. Hey, I'd rather be playing Sora than Henry. Like Sora moves better and is a better fighter. I'll keyblade the hell out of those knights. Plus, it'll be a blunt weapon. The keyblade's actually not a blade. It's actually blunt. It's a blunt instrument. which, like a mace, works better.
Hey, stop hitting the table.
I was hitting Zito.
I could hear that.
He's a solid guy.
Oh, let's talk about Microsoft bans.
Thank God! I thought we were going to do the D&D because that was just a feeling hurter, man. Like, oh my God.
So Microsoft recently canceled a streamer's partnership after a sex offender tweet, which sounds really, really bad.
Harrison Jr. Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, so he was one of those that came over to Mixer, Fortnite streamer.
Apparently, he made a mistake doing
that. And this is one of those things I'm sort of torn on. Because, I like comedy. I like the idea of being able to do shock comedy and stuff like that.
I think they know if they watch Dicejunkies. Our sense of humor isn't merely dark. It's like Black Rifle, Black
Harrison
Coffee,
Jr., and a little backstory. This is not what he normally looks like. What's on the screen here is not his normal look. He just click on his profile pic there.
By the way, for those in the chat, Blood X agrees with me.
But anyway,
claiming that point.
He had grown out a beard. He had shaved his beard off, left the mustache, and he put on the shades and had that creepy look. And
he had that weird homeless porn stash combo look.
And he decided to make a joke about it. And apparently, that's a bad idea.
The joke was, come watch a registered sex offender play Fortnite with 10-year-olds. Mm-hmm. Now, when you look at the picture, you can immediately go, he's making a joke about the way he looks. When I saw this
article, I was like, wow, how did not anybody see this? Obviously, that's a sex offender.
His new look looks very rough. But it's not flattering for him. Yeah. But the thing is that it's clearly a joke because a registered sex offender would not say, hey, I'm a registered sex offender and I'm about to play Fortnite. I think it's illegal for him to do that. I think you can't even go up and go play with these 10-year-olds.
And like I said, I don't know if Microsoft took it as a joke and just thought it was a joke of poor taste and they didn't want them, or if they
it's not even really a dirty joke.
Or if they saw it like I did and went, whoa, why did we sign him?
They might have been dumb enough to think he was because here's the thing about it. That's not a dirty joke, actually. Mm-hmm. Well, no, he didn't say, like, I'm going to bum. He didn't say anything lewd. It's a joke about his look. And my immediate response, you can ask Zeno, as I went, well, that's just going to hurt Mixer. Because, dude, if I was considering going to Mixer and this joke with no profanity and just a crack at it, because, technically, it's not illegal for a person who's been tried for that crime to play Fortnite. So there's really no, like, if you want to be honest, if he was a registered offender, he could hit them for discrimination. He actually could. Because he's done his time. He's done his time. Now, I'm not defending sex offenders. I'm just stating that they don't have a validity for the ban.
I don't know. I don't know rules around.
I don't believe that you're not allowed to play video games. Yeah, I don't think so. So I don't even think that this is a legit ban if it were true. So that's why I'm going like, dude, you're going to be that sensitive.
Anyway, scroll down, we can see what Microsoft said there. Plus, I just want to get his face off my screen there.
It is a creepy look, though. I'm not going to say the guy doesn't look like... I wouldn't let him play with my kids. That's true.
But, so since Microsoft said we take immediate action when we determine content violates our terms of service, we encourage our users to report potential violations, and we provide guidance on how to do that. We've reviewed the content in question, and as a result, made a decision to end our partnership.
I hope someone else picks him up because that was that was not worthy of a "we're going to ban you." But you know what? It's all right.
I would like to see where making a bad joke is in their
because they don't tell you what he violated.
Yeah.
You can't even say it's sexual material because, again, he just stated that basically he says, I once did a felony.
Well, the other thing is also...
Which isn't even true.
It's also a case of... It wasn't even a joke made on their platform. This was a joke he posted on Twitter.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. Wait. How did he violate their terms of service violation on a different community? Okay, that actually... Wait a minute now. You really brought up a good point. Hold on. Okay.
Well, no, this has been known to happen, though. It is true. Other people have been banned from things because of things they've posted on Twitter or Facebook, or it is sort of one of those weird areas, like.
Well, Well, I'm just gonna say to you, to these streamers out there, Twitch streamers, guys. While Twitch is known to be kind of sensitive, Twitch also tends to not like do temp bans and not go crazy with this.
Well, no,
you guys need to really take it out, because there's a difference between leaving a good job and going to a
probably on Twitch he would have got a temp ban.
He probably would have got a reprimand at best, honestly. Or maybe hey, we're going to ban you for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't even know if they would have went full ban. They might have just said, hey, man, don't crack that joke. Because there's nothing in it that you can really take offense to.
I mean, Twitch is more busy banning people for showing too much thigh. So.
But now on Mixer, he's screwed because he left Twitch. Now, if he's smart, he goes back to Twitch. And if I was Twitch, I'd take him back, because here's why. Twitch is losing people to Mixer. So Twitch, if they were smart, they'd go with we're a little more lenient and use that to keep people.
Talking about terms of service and stuff like that, I mean, YouTube has a lot of things coming down the pipeline as well. I don't know if you've recently...
Let's not talk about Kappa. I know Kappa is crazy.
There's Kappa, but they also did some new things, which is... basically an anti-offense like rule where you're not allowed to pick on somebody or
Kathleen Kennedy sucks. She's a loser. Ryan Johnson is a punk.
Well,
a punk has lame director.
I don't think it's as targeted towards actors and so forth, because I mean there's rules about limelight fame or whatever, but I mean,
take it. Give me somebody to pick on.
I don't know. Don't. We're on YouTube, man.
I don't care. We're not for kids, though. See, the big thing, too...
That has nothing to do with that, though. This is a blanket rule they have recently enacted. Like I said, they're doing a lot of
Guess we're going to have to go to Mixer.
I don't know if we'd last a day on Mixer at this point.
I mean, dude, that beard you have looks kind of rapey. So, yeah, I mean, you might, they just look at you and might just decide, you're bad. Why? Your face violates our terms of service. That'd be a good one. Your face violates the terms of service. All right, move on.
Oh, God.
But final word on it, guys, before you switch platforms, go look and see how anal they are, because, which probably would have got me banned on Mixer for saying anal. Because basically... You don't want to leave a job where you're making decent money to make no money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, let me roll the die real quick, and then we'll get into the Game Awards.
I like the way you're just like a slow burn into the Game Awards.
No. Well, because I don't want to interrupt in the middle of Game Award conversation. Whoops.
Oh, unlucky 13.
Alien. What alien race would you fear the most if encountered in real life?
My advice. He did the what's the scariest alien? Yeah. Ooh.
What alien race would you fear the most if encountered in real life?
I've still got to consider the Asari, because I want to know what the hell they really look like. That's more of a mind fuck. Like, that's a whole, what do you really look like? Are you a horrible jellyfish monster? But
I mean, the alien from Aliens is probably one
Xenomorph?
of the
You played Alien Isolation? Because if you played Alien Isolation, that would be your answer. That game puts the fear of Xeno
like Predator. You just don't use a weapon and you're fine.
Well, you hope. The last movie was trash and did not care about most of the rules.
Okay.
I can't believe they made that movie.
But face suckers and things popping out of your chest and all that. I mean, that's the stuff of nightmares right there, man.
Especially when you notice that if you actually paid attention to, that the little face huggers thing that it shoves in your mouth is very phallic.
Blood Axe says the Borg, which I could see that. I could see that as being...
I don't know if I mind joining the collective, so that's why that one doesn't work, because I'm kind of like, my general theory that we will be, eliminated in a robot apocalypse. So I'm kind of like, you're immortal, you're part of the system. I mean, how much do you really lose your personal identity? You know what I mean? If they let me at least play video games in the back of my mind while I'm doing my drone functions.
I don't know. I would have to go pretty highly with the Borg as well, because I like my identity, my cognitive. It's why one of the scariest diseases to me are illnesses to me would be like Alzheimer's. You know, where I start losing my mind. Like
You're apparently already on the path because it's Alzheimer's. It's not old timers.
I didn't say old timers.
I know you said Alzheimer's.
That's a lot of people say that.
Yeah. I get away with it. Leave me alone. I may have.
Now you sound like, leave me alone. Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
I don't know you.
What was that talking about now?
These are insensitive jokes. Let's stop. Like,
anyway,
those jokes actually bother
Alzheimer's
me. We will not crack
thing.
Alzheimer's jokes. That's too low.
I think that was more of an old person joke than it was an Alzheimer's joke. But no, to me, that's like one of the. I'll say it that way till I die. If
It'll
I
be
start
sooner
saying
than you thought if you keep it up.
If I stop saying it that way, it's probably because I have Alzheimer's.
Oh,
Oh!
now that was an Alzheimer's
That
joke,
was-
and you know
that
it.
was.
But I get your point. But here's my thing, though. I guess the reason I can't be as afraid is having watched as much.
I mean, you're
Star
sort of
Trek.
Borgish as it is. I mean,
Well, actually, it's also because I know that, like, dude, they've also been able to fix people. Borgs have gone rogue. So with once they introduced those later episodes where the absoluteness of the Borg was taken away, because I mean the fact that I might eventually be free kind of makes me go like, it ain't the most scary. Now the xenomorphs are done. Like the xenomorph gets a hold of you, it's over, dude. Look, Picard's been a Borg like 2 or 3 times. 7 of 9 was an ex-Borg. At one point there was a whole colony of free Borg that like. Not Data, his evil brother Laura. Yeah, dude, I just Star Trek Generation, motherfucker. You in my wheelhouse. So I guess that's why. And then the Queen was kind of hot for a weird robot chick. So again, I can't be as afraid because it's their problem. They deconstructed what you were afraid of. The Borgs were an absolute, but their threat dropped down the more they presented them. Now, the first Borg, when the Q sent them there,
so
that
what
was terrifying.
is your answer?
Actually, it's similar to yours, but it would be what was that thing called? Well, things like the Thing, things that are these amorphous entities that infect you and turn you into them.
Yeah,
but are not as like there is no coming back like the Borg or officially. It's you've become a part of the horrible collective monster. There was another horror movie. Oh God, it was a long time ago where it was this thing that basically it's almost like it's like the Thing, but it's oh no, The Stuff. Remember The Stuff? The Stuff is the one where the stuff looked like ice cream and everybody was eating it and it was eating from the inside out. They'd spit out the white stuff. You don't remember The Stuff? You never seen The Stuff? Okay, well I'm gonna say The Stuff / the Thing. Those amorphous, infectious entities that turn you into them.
Michelle,
but aren't just the Borg,
Michelle,
but are actually.
do you have a?
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go with Reavers from Firefly.
Those are aliens?
Yeah.
I thought those are just guys who got driven crazy because of those experiments.
Space. I mean, they're pretty creepy.
Leave
though.
it to our A-list editor to pick then one non-alien threat to be her most feared alien.
I mean, come on.
Humans.
Humans, definitely.
Okay, you
We're
know
our
what?
biggest
And you
enemy.
win. They are the worst. You know what? They are the scariest because they're a real threat to us right now.
They are such a threat. They'll turn you into one of them, or they'll rape and kill you and eat you.
Wow.
And option 2 is better than option 1 for some of these groups. I'd rather be like killed and eaten.
Let's talk about the Game Awards.
There you go. You wanted to set this up. Now, after that, let's talk about the Game Awards. Rape, cannibalism, and murder. Now the Game Awards.
The Game Awards. Oh. All right. So yeah, the 2019 Game Awards came by. Now there was some interesting stuff here. We saw the new Xbox.
You mean that? No, they mean that new computer from Microsoft?
Yeah, that new computer from Microsoft.
It's a cool computer, man. I like it.
You want to see that?
Yeah. Go ahead, and that's the third.
I mean, I have that tower.
Second now.
You know what I'm saying? That's my tower. You've seen my computer. That's my tower. I should sue them for copyright. They stole my tower.
But yeah, the Xbox Series X. Hey, man, I actually sort of like the look of this. Like it actually. Of course, I mean, I'm also a PC person, so.
Oh, I know. No. There's people were cracking up. They were reviewing it. So much videos talking about. Well, the PC master race has to be laughing their butts off, going like, "That's right. We knew you were going to get here eventually."
They also say the PlayStation 5 is also getting more PC style.
But did you get the joke though that the evolution of the console is just a PC? It's like the best version of a console is literally a PC.
We'll probably talk about this a little more later. We're starting to see even the console exclusives like from PlayStation are also hitting PC now.
But see, this makes me more confident in it because if it's designed like a PC, then it's better. I'm just going to be honest. That means it's going to be better than the other consoles. Now, the problem is, will my Xbox be able to run my PC?
I don't know.
apps?
I mean, saying it's designed as a PC being better. Have you ever actually looked at the parts in a console? They're all PCs anyway, dude. They consist of a GPU, a CPU, RAM, hard drive. I mean, they're just consoles. I mean, they're just PCs that are fine-tuned for gaming.
I know, and I'm pleased with that.
But that's what they've been for years and years, for the last decade, you know?
Just piss on my parade. Here I am looking forward to the Xbox, and you've got a crap on it. And don't ever bring up PlayStation like a survival option. You know me and PlayStation don't get along.
I know.
Still.
That's why I love bringing PlayStation up.
You know, especially I'm salty because I really want to play God of War. I really want to play God of War.
What did PlayStation do to you?
Yeah, I've told this too many times.
I saw this meme a couple days ago. It was a God of War PC version meme, and it was like if God of War came to PC, and it was a picture of Yoda and Baby Yoda, you know, where they had modded that into
boy.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, if God of War came to PC, there it is right there. You can show that. It made me laugh. I was like, oh, all right.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Okay, that's freaking awesome, man. Dude, oh, that is cool. See, that already made it better. This is how great PC is. But it is true, dude. In fact, that's the one thing I have to say, just on the side note, the one thing I'm disliking finally about my Xbox streaming thing is I can't appear to mod it properly. And that's going to be one of the downsides of streaming games versus buying them, is that you can't mod them. If I want to mod something, I got to go back to Steam and utilize my the games I have there for modding.
Yeah.
And that is kind of disappointing, but at the same time, it's a reason to still buy games. So I think that's going to make sure that games are not going to go full stream, because people are going to want to be able to mod their games. So there's still going to be a market for buying your game and downloading it. So Steam ain't going anywhere anytime soon, just due to the fact that you can't seem to mod games off of these streaming services. Yeah.
So a number of games came up with this. Any of the games on this? If you want to pull that list up where we have a bunch of the games showing, and any of these like really yell out to you?
The Senua Saga Hellblade 2 is like, that chick looks psycho in that trailer, man. Like, she is having the original one was kind of a story about mental disorder as well, because she has these mental disorder. Well, currently her new mental disorder is just like bipolar aggression, because she's just freaking flipping out. She's just like chanting at the screen, and I'm like, I don't think this is the same problem she had in the first game. But
I can't say I played a lot of Hellblade. So.
It's a real stylish game, though. And I think the second one, people are excited for it. But I am curious if they've ditched that storytelling point where that kind of was the subtext.
Yeah.
Because this one, she just seems to be going, like I said, just like, I'm about to mess some stuff up. So I'm curious where they're aiming with it, because you see her here, like you're not looking, but like she's like in the fire, just flipping out.
Oh yeah,
and she starts chanting.
Like she was jamming, man, like some Tupac or something, you know.
Oh no, it keeps going. Like she flips out. Look at that. Look at that. Like she goes full balls to the wall. That's Insane man. Clown Posse. That's like, not Tupac. You want to be
a rap god?
No, Insane Clown Posse, dog. Insane Clown Posse. That face makeup, but the game looks good. So I'm kind of curious. I mean, if it hits, I'll put it like this: if Xbox,
look, you can put rap music to that, and I mean that.
Oh God, you just started a meme. Oh God, that's gonna be the new meme. People are gonna be having like,
are you feeling like I'm a rap god? Look at that. That you could probably put some metal to.
X gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. But no, I think it's gonna be a good
It just looks
game.
like a good concert to me, man. I'm just saying.
Well, that's what I need you to do. Hey, Xbox, Microsoft, go on and get Hellblade on the streaming.
You got light effects and stuff.
Yeah, that's yeah. No, like Xbox, go on and get Hellblade and this on there so that me and Zeno can finish the game. You know, put that on your stream. There you go. They ain't listening to us, but I'm gonna throw it out there. But no, I think it looks good.
All right. Now, Godfall was one that I actually thought was interesting.
Darksiders meets Warhammer.
It does look sort of Darksiders or from the concept, it sounds very Darksiders Genesis. I mean, you got the Horsemen here. It's going to be an action RPG.
I couldn't tell. They showed me no damn gameplay.
Well, no, it's all. But I mean, the press release actually talked about it being an action RPG style game where you can have single player or co-op up to 3 people.
3?
Yes.
There's 4 horsemen. What is with them in Darksiders? They can't get this crap right.
That's why I'm saying, because you got the 2 guys and the 1 girl.
Oh, so maybe one of them. Okay, that works if there's only 3. That works if at the moment there's only 3. I'm all right with that.
Well, I mean, in this, you only see 3. Once again.
That looks like a cool game.
Oh, no, the graphics look great. And this is supposedly in-engine, which don't mean crap to me. I want to see gameplay.
That's true.
I thought it was good. Now, pull up... I pulled up an article separate for this. If you'll hit that, this is a Gearbox one. So... It all sounded good till I got to the very end, though.
Oh?
Oh, no, the end is up. Yeah, there it is, right there. That last paragraph. You'll be able to play Godfall solo or co-op with up to 3 players.
Oh.
We don't know much more about it. For example, what the story is. But we do win that win, which is like they even started stumbling over the words trying to get this out. But we do win that when it comes to PC in 2020. It will be through the Epic Game Store.
All right, so that's off my list. I ain't worried about it anymore. Hey, you know my rule. You know my rule. I'm not giving Epic money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, they're up there with PlayStation. They'll never get my money. They can remake Final Fantasy 4, my favorite Final Fantasy. Yeah. Final Fantasy 2 for you U.S. noobs. But Final Fantasy 4 Japanese version.
This is also what I was talking about with. This is a PlayStation exclusive, but also on PC. For console, it's PlayStation.
So I will never see this then. Wow, this is PlayStation and Epic. It's not in my wheelhouse. It's
exclusive to PlayStation and exclusive to the Epic Store. That is like a double whammy for you, man.
That just makes it trash to me, though. That just actually makes me lose all interest. Dude, if I didn't come over for God of War with how much I love, like, watching you play that game hurt my feelings. It looks so good. Yeah, it is my game of the year, and I've never played it. That's how much God of War was awesome to me. I still refuse to buy a PlayStation. If it came out on PC, but it came out on Epic Store PC, I still would not play it. That's how serious I am about that. Because somebody's got to. I mean, I love Angry Joe, man, but he needs to stop buying games that he's telling people not to buy. Epic Store is bullcrap. Goes and buys a game. Stop it! You're not helping.
Next is Bravely Default 2. Now, this one is interesting. I played the 3DS. Like, I actually had a 3DS for a bit. This is one of the few games I actually enjoyed on the 3DS. Now, I did think it was odd they're going from the 3DS to the Switch. So they're going from a handheld to a console, which is actually a console handheld
they've been
hybrid.
Doing that though, man. Like, they've been doing that. Nintendo's been on a run with that.
But I got a feeling that, like, going from making a sequel to a 3DS game for a console, you're isolating a lot of your people who don't normally do handheld.
Well, you're making
games.
Yeah. I'm one. You know me. The last physical Nintendo system I owned was a 64. I hate handhelds. I've only ever owned a Game Boy Advance.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason I love it.
Don't play too much of this. Nintendo's weird.
Yeah, you gotta watch Nintendo. Yeah. Stop. Nintendo likes to claim crap. But basically, I mean, for example, it's a sequel to a game I've never played.
Yeah.
And what's worse, it's a sequel to a game I can't play. I mean, you know how hard it would be to try to go find a DS and find this game?
Mm-hmm.
So, now, you want to know what I'd like to see a sequel to, though? This quick is, now, I'd be willing to possibly get it in the Switch if they, or whatever it is, Switch, that's what they call the new one, Switch. If they did a sequel or a remake of some of the Breath of Fire games. I loved Breath of Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would love to see another Breath of Fire. That was a fun game.
Bravely Default was a really good game. I once again, I bought the 3DS. I may have used it for a few months. This is one of the few games I played, and then I just wasn't a big handheld person. And, of course, I don't have a Switch either, so I'll probably never play the sequel, but I am curious about it because I did actually, it was one of the few things I enjoyed about my 3DS was Bravely Default. So.
Okay, cool. At least we got somebody who knows something about it.
Warframe, I know nothing about Warframe. I know a lot of people play it.
Kitsune says it's really good. I've watched a bunch of videos of it. What's cool about it is it's free to play, and it's actually a decent free to play. Not a lot of crap monetization. It looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will say this is a good game. I can, it's kind of cool that they're talking about an expansion for it. They even when they do monetization, they do cool stuff. What I loved is one time they said we're gonna put out this stuff, we're gonna monetize it, and they actually asked the people, "What do you think's a fair price?" And people that were big fans, people who played the game, put in their input, and that's the price they used. And I was like, whoa, what's this crazy customer-centric satisfaction style of running a company? They actually said, what do you think is a decent price for this? And they were like, I'd pay about $20. I'd pay 10 for this, 20 for that. And they said, okay, 10 and 20. And then people were just like, okay. Dude, I almost went and bought skins. I don't play the game. I was almost willing to go buy some skins just to support them. Like, they'll be like, dude, you don't have the game downloaded. Shut up and take my money. I like the way you run it. I like the way you shake it. I've given money to people for like less. You know what I'm talking about. But no, I just wanted to throw that out, that they're a good company. I like the way they run the company. They're kind of like CD Projekt Red to me. Yeah. They got a good rep, and their game is fun.
I mean, it's something I've thought about picking up before, but then it has such a huge, and I was like, man, I'm coming in so late to the game.
That's what slowed me down.
If I could come in that late to the game.
Because I wanted to play with Kitsune, and he literally told me, you're too low level. You can't catch up to me, man. Yeah. I don't have time to wait. And I was like, dang, good friend there. It's like, nah, man, by the time you catch up with my level, I'll be higher level. You'll never run with me. And I'm just like, all right. But Kitsune's kind of jackass. So.
Yeah.
It's my boy, though. That's why.
Oh, Magic the Gathering, blah.
Yeah, they're a story-based game based on the card game. Apparently, the card game has characters in it that are really popular.
Yeah, no, I mean they've had the Planewalker stuff and all that. There's even books.
Is this the one where they messed that character up? Where I got mad because they made a character straight that was gay, like a female character that was a lesbian.
They decided no idea.
That's for Magic people. I've just heard bits and pieces of some controversy around a character.
Yeah,
and with this game coming out, I wonder if this is where they do it. Yeah. Y'all go look it up on your own. I don't care. I'm not a Magic guy.
I'm not a Magic guy either.
I played Blackjack.
I played Magic the Gathering back when I was in high school, which was in the late 90s. And I haven't really touched it since 2000. So,
what's that game you play on your phone? What's that game you play on your phone?
Bejeweled?
Gems of War.
Oh, okay. Oh. Thought it was something Magic the Gathering.
No, it's just a time killer gem matching game.
Like Candy Crush.
Like Candy Crush, but cooler.
You play Candy Crush.
I did until I found Gems of War.
Oh, Lord. You know how I feel about mobile games.
Hey.
We're still friends.
Hey, do you want to talk about Sons of the Forest?
No.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Keep going.
Ruin King. What was that up there?
There it is. Dungeons and Dragons.
Cyberpunk. It's just about the music, though.
And
then you have Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance. Now, before we get into actually Dark Alliance, we do have where somebody was talking with Dungeons and Dragons crew.
They got like 7 or 8 games at the same time.
Apparently, there are like 7 or 8 Dungeons and Dragons video games in the world. Of course, we know Dark Alliance. We know Baldur's Gate 3.
So basically, D&D is flooding the market with video games.
Yeah, which I mean, we talked about this several episodes back where Wizards of the Coast was buying up some game companies. And we're saying they were planning on making more D&D games.
Well, they're apparently taking the concept of we're going to throw it against the wall and see what sticks. That seems to be their plan because, I mean, the sheer number of games they're throwing out. But now let's get into what's an example of what happens when you do this.
Now, check out this trailer. Like, if you're watching this on video.
You need to see this trailer.
And if you're not watching this on video, you listen to it on podcast, check out the Dark Alliance trailer. Like, this looks so bad to me. Like, I'm just like, and this is CGI. This isn't even gameplay.
Yes, and you don't normally screw up the non-gameplay part of your video.
Yeah.
By the way, oh my God, that's supposed to be Bruner? That is not how Bruner looks.
Like, this to me looks like something you...
No, you listen to me. Bruner's on the cover of the Forgotten Realms novels. I know what Bruner looks like. That is not Bruner. How could you screw that up?
To me, looking at this reminds me of like...
He's blonde.
A game company that may have like 3 or 4 people, like heavily indie game.
I mean, this game looks old as dirt. The characters are ugly. The movement is bad.
I know what they're doing.
What?
they're taking a card out of the Warhammer book.
They're going super retro?
Well, no. Warhammer comes out with like 4 or 5 video games a year, man.
Oh yeah, and most of them are trash.
They're all trash, horrible almost, with bad graphics. Now, and that's what they're doing. They're taking
But my God, and Drizzt looked terrible. Dude, you should have seen our faces when he first showed me this trailer. Drizzt came on screen, and I just went, oh.
Well, just the way, like, the neck and stuff was moving and stuff, the way the arms were moving, the way she pulled back the bow was weird.
I know what it looks like.
Like, they pulled back, and you saw their feet weren't actually touching the ground, if you're paying attention. Like,
they animated this. The characters look like they're out of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And that's not an insult, but if you go back, you know that Elder Scrolls is an older game. And the characters were kind of ugly. It was hard to not have an ugly character because it was an older game. This is a 2019 game that looks like it was animated using the engine from Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Drizzt is fugly. And Brunar is some weird dude who doesn't look anything like Brunar Battlehammer. I mean, I'm going by that I own over at my place. I've got the books. And Wolfgar's appearance has been well established in the books, novels, and stuff for a while. And they just said, nah, we're going to use Baldar from God of War. We're just going to go with a totally different look. But anyway, you can tell this game, for this to be the trailer, but the worst part is that you bring your A game in your trailer. So that's what bothers me.
Yeah.
Because that means this is the best it looks. So...
Yeah,
plus no
gameplay. It's concerning.
Now, do note, this doesn't mean that the game may not be fun to play. It just may be a retro experience.
And it says it's supposed to be a spiritual successor to the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance games, which I actually enjoyed the Dark Alliance games. They were very
they've got the graphics down.
They were very Diablo-esque, but with
the characters from that. I remember you could play as Drizzt. He was pretty cool.
They were that grindy, quick-paced hack slash RPG.
I just felt like they could have did a better trailer, man. Like, because your trailer doesn't have to look like your game. I mean, we've seen that. I mean, Apex.
CGI. You should have been able to do better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw a commercial do a Dungeons and Dragons cartoon to real life better than they.
I'm going to put it like this,
we see better CGI in commercials.
I've seen better CGI in Steam games. And I'm not talking about the AAA. I mean,
indie Steam games?
Yeah, some of the indie Steam games try harder. That could have been, I mean, if you're going to make, they should have just went with cell shaded because clearly they could not get the 3D down right. And like you said, the poor, you're not moving in any way appropriate. When he was running around and his head was twisted, his body wasn't moving organic. It looked really creepy. It looked like some kind of crazy mannequin running through a battlefield. Just, kind of like Pennywise when he does that stupid run. It was hilarious.
Yeah, no, it looked like something maybe out of a horror film than a action RPG.
I'm sorry. Now, especially compared to Baldur's Gate's trailer, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 trailer looked good.
Apex Legends Holiday Event, don't care. Ori and the Will-O-Wisp, don't care. No.
Weird West might be interesting.
Really? Not familiar.
Well, it's a Western with super
RPG set in the Wild West, so that could actually be good.
It's an action RPG in the Wild West, but it's got fantasy elements. Now, it's a shame that it's not the Weird West, because I haven't heard them actually say that it's based on Savage Worlds.
Okay.
If it is, though, it'll be amazing, because the Weird West and Savage Worlds is Deadlands. That's what's called Deadlands is good. But I like that style. See, that looks kind of cool. The overhead view.
It's like an overhead cell shading.
And I like supernatural horror westerns. I actually do. I've always thought those are pretty interesting. So the idea of being an Old West gunman and having fantasy, you know me, I love fantasy elements and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, oh wait, you
can
play as a werewolf? Oh, okay. This is Deadlands. They're gonna get sued, but it still looks good. This looks like
Weird
this is
West.
Deadlands.
I mean.
No, I think Deadlands' full title is Deadlands Tales of the Weird West. But I'm not seeing them mentioning Deadlands in here.
I don't know.
But I've always wanted a Deadlands video game, so I'm still interested in playing it. But I think this looks fun. This looks like this could be fun. I want to play this. It's called. Oh wow, you can actually play as the non-humans.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
What the heck? They don't have any arms, man.
Welcome to the Weird West, mofo. Right arms aren't necessary. So I think that game could be good. That actually, I thought it looked like it'd be interesting. It reminds me of Deadlands. I've always wanted to play Deadlands as a PC game, and this looks like this is enough. This is close enough that it's copyright infringing close enough, which is what I want. Look, just pay Deadlands and put the game out. That's I don't care what Deadlands wants. Give them their money and then give me my game.
Oh, Magic Let It.
No, we don't care.
Is that another Magic the Gathering game? Are they doing another one? Jesus.
Path
Path of the Warrior, Gear Tactics. Now,
yeah, I think that's that's an RTS version of Gears.
Oh, okay. Tactic games can be fun.
Yeah, but Horde is already kind of that. Like, I would rather they just expanded Horde and maybe had where you capture points.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting if they had a Horde mode where you actually go across the map capturing key locations while going through it.
It's like a mobile game or something, or let's see. I mean, it says Xbox, okay.
Who knows?
Let's see. Naraka, Blade Point, not familiar with that one. 9 to 5.
It's a furry shooter.
It's a furry shooter, yeah. Furry shooter. New World. Now, this New World is one of those that has been... So we actually talked about this. Q probably doesn't remember because it was that rumored game that Amazon was making. You know, Amazon, the place you go and buy your random stuff shipped to your house in 2 days, prime shipping. Amazon, but it's supposed to be like a sort of an RPG set in the 1700s with these mystical. Yeah.
Keep going. Keep describing it because I'm still trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to describe, but basically, it seems to be. I mean, like I said, this is 1700s, but with this chaotic energy turning things evil and fighting for power. So I mean, sort of an alternate history RPG.
I see. Look at this. Yeah, that's interesting. So is it a action RPG? Is it a overhead Diablo-esque slasher?
RPG.
If it's an action RPG with slasher elements, I almost love any game that lets me fight with my own controls. That is just, to me, the best of the best.
Yeah, I think it said it was a melee combat, but it looks like, and this is also one of my problems with that Horseman one. What was it? God Worlds or whatever that we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, the one we talked about. Yeah, whatever.
Is,
I know what you're talking about.
It looks like that's your main character, the girl. And I'd prefer like an RPG that I'd be able to make my own character. Like that is one thing that always turns me off on RPGs is when I'm forced to play a character because it's harder to, especially nothing sexist, but I can't get into a female character, you know, in that mindset. So like when I play an RPG, I try to get into the mindset of the character. It's harder to do that for me if it's a female character.
Well, even in my defense, because you know me, I'm really bad about that. I prefer to play male characters, but it's also because of my preferred play style. For example...
But yeah, here it says New World is an open world game set in the 17th century age of exploration and takes place on the island of Eternium.
And this looks like the kind of game that you should be able to play your own character.
Action RPG. And I may be wrong. It's just the way the trailer alluded to that character was the main character.
Because here's my thing, especially for open world. Because here's the thing, you know my play style. I actually like to play large, hulking, heavy weapon wielders. That's my style. And while you could pull that off with a female character, very few games that force me to play a female character actually even give me that option. Yeah. They usually don't, which is why I'm not a fan of that. Is because they usually won't let me play the big hulking, like 6'9" Warhammer, but I enjoy that as a combat style. Now, I also do like dual wielders, and I don't mind playing a female character when I'm going for that, but my first play style will always be, like I'm playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, and you know I'm wielding the two-handed sword and plate mail. Yeah. Like I went straight for the heavy armor build. And I would have preferred to have got to customize my character more in that game too, but I get it, it's his story. But the question is, I'm more worried that if they have a locked-in main character, that certain play styles won't even be available to me. Because I've rarely played a game where it has a locked-in female main character where they'll let me play the Bulwark character, the big, the Astaroth, the Zangief. You usually don't even have that option. So it knocks away my preferred play style. So it's not even about so much the gender too as it is.
Players can play and progress how they want. Players can create builds customized to their preference through our weapon mastery, attributes, and endless traits.
Yeah, but see, that's saying the skill trees. But will the skill trees include like double Warhammer? Like, I mean, Great War Maul? I bet you it won't.
But it still doesn't answer if you actually get to make your character or if you're put into a role of a character who can then.
So, that could be. We'll see. I mean, I'm going to give it a chance.
It does say how many other players will be on my server. So that could be interesting. So
well, usually if you may
not
servers.
be, then you may not be forced to play a single character.
Wait a minute, is this an MMO? Over 1,000 other players in a tournament. Oh, this is MMO. Then you have to be able to make your own character.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I did not realize it was an MMO.
Well, we don't know. I'm not saying
I
don't know.
Well, no, it definitely seems like it's a MMO. So, this will be a game I'll keep an eye out on. Like it is.
People in different worlds use the same server. This is probably going to be somewhat open world.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately takes it away from me a bit because you know me, I prefer action RPGs. Other people suck.
I don't know. I mean, it is an action RPG, so.
Plus, PvP is not an appeal to me in hack and slash games.
Yeah, but it may be something that me, you, Blood Axe, and some other people may be able to get together on.
I might play
that'd
this.
Be good, yeah.
I might get this.
Now, they want to win me over if they let you have your own server. I still wish more games did like Minecraft where you could have your own server. That was the best thing ever.
You know, our Fallout 76 would ever allow you to have your own server. Oh, wait, they make you pay for it, right?
And then you end up, you get sloppy second servers. Remember, you get servers other people have already looted.
Oh, anyway.
And then the server don't get me started on that. It's already almost 4:30. Like I could be talking an hour about Fallout 76. Speaking of Fallout 76,
we'll get to that. Let's finish this list real quick. Fast and Furious. Blah. Okay, is there nothing else?
They're adding some characters to Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I don't know why. It's not that great a game. But it is cool to throw in Gambit in Cable. I mean, the new characters they're adding are good, but it's not the most popular fighter. So I'm almost like, well, are you guys still updating that? But maybe they're hoping to revitalize it because Gambit has a huge fan base. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, I was going to say that, I think this is
this is the
Nintendo.
Oh, well, no, then that's cool then. I like the Ultimate Alliance game. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was getting Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate in my head. Gambit. All right, I can get into that. And Cable, I don't think Cable was even in Marvel Ultimate 2. I can't remember. It's been a long time since we played that on the couch. Yeah. But I love couch co-op games.
Oh, Maneater was a weird one. It's like you play as a shark.
There's more than one. That's not even new. They've got several of these out now.
Yeah.
There's a whole game where some people play the divers and some people play the sharks. And you're diving for treasure, and it's 2 sharks versus 4 survivors. So it's a trend. The sharks versus you. Or is this it? No, this ain't it.
What?
This ain't it.
Wait,
this looks way better.
what?
This looks way better.
This is like.
This is Jaws
like
Simulator.
Sharknado if it was a video game.
Yeah. This is like a.
Okay, wait a minute. Do you get points for the number of turns?
Like what kind of flips are that?
Okay, this is Shark Simulator. This is Jaws Simulator.
A AAA game.
Whoa.
No. Now those evolutions are for that other game.
Shark torpedo.
Oh no, it went on the beach.
You're a land shark.
Now some of these skins look like a straight rip off that other game, though, because I've seen a shark on there where you get the electric skin.
Shark.
Yeah. If it comes out on, once again, I'd play it if it came out on the
streaming
service because it seems like it'd be something to mess around with. It ain't nothing I'd pay $60 for, but
Humankind, not familiar with that one. Let's see, No More Heroes.
That is a weird trailer.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I think is still a crap show.
No, what? Fuck? It's the only problem with this is that episodic bullshit.
Yes, that's why it's a crap show.
It looks great, but I mean, and then they want to charge you full price per episode.
Yes.
They can suck my dick on that one.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's a crap show. That's why.
This would be like if they sold you the original Final Fantasy game 1 CD at a time and charge you full price.
I'm not
going to
pay like a
$180
worth of Final Fantasy VII. It's just not gonna happen.
It's okay. We know the secret. Wait till they put it all out. Game of the Year edition.
And bundle all 3 of them together for like $25, $40.
It won't get that low, but they'll probably bundle
it's
it down
Final
to like
Fantasy.
80.
Like honestly, Final Fantasy games have a horrific time being.
They take a while. But here's the thing, though. It will.
Except for Final Fantasy 15. It actually
Because here's the one flaw of them doing this as a remake. I don't feel time crunch. I don't mind waiting for it to drop in price because I've already played the darn original. Yeah. I'll just wait until it's cheaper. Like, it doesn't feel like I'll be missing anything, you know, so I'll just wait until I'm definitely going to wait till all 3 of the games come out to make sure that it all is reviewed to be on, you know, to be worth it.
Like I said, it's too much of a money grab for me. I'm really annoyed with
I'm not paying nearly $200 for any game. Nah, man, you're right.
So anyway, how long is it going to take for them to get all 3 episodes out too? I mean, is this going to be something piss y'all too? Over 5 years, 10 years, like
actually,
every couple of years?
That's actually why I think it'll be easier to buy it cheaper. Because I believe by the time they get to the 3rd or 4th episode, I don't know how many episodes they plan to do. I forgot that it will have slowed down enough that they'll be trying to give away that last episode. Because, dude, you want the next game in a series to come out.
All right. So let's do a random encounter, and then we'll get to the actual awards where they listed who all won what.
All right.
And we'll talk about that, and then I think we'll end up the show. This is going to be a little bit of a long episode.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so.
You know, I do have kids.
I know. Michelle, you wanna roll die for us here? Don't roll what I just rolled.
That's a good example. Follow in his footsteps.
Yeah. 13. That's one
more alien races. Why are you making such weird eye contact
3.
with me? Like, you're just looking at me like you.
Time to think. Name a good film based off of a video game.
I feel like we've done this one already.
I don't know.
No, I don't. Not exactly that one. I think we said what game would make a good movie.
Oh
yeah. I don't know. Naming a good game based off a video game is sort of hard.
I can name a bad one, but that's not the challenge.
Yeah. No, there's plenty of bad movies based off of video games.
Crap. Oh man.
Castlevania. I mean, it's not a movie; it was a TV series.
Yeah, good try, but that is a series. That's a Netflix series.
It says film. Film is TV. Bam. Castlevania.
Cheating bastard. And you took like the one too on top of that. It's like, all right. Good gracious, man. This is not easy. This is painfully hard. Dang it, Blood Axe. What the hell, man?
Did Soul Calibur make a movie?
No. They also have an anime. I could cheat and pick some stuff that has animes based off it, because like the Street Fighter anime was awesome.
Was it?
Almost like several of them were really good.
I've never watched the Street Fighter
Actually,
anime.
There was a live action Street Fighter based off of Ryu and Akuma's rivalry that was not that bad. And it was not that bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad. But I mean, going into animation is cheating, because there's some good anime based on video games. The Street Fighter anime was awesome.
I don't see it as cheating.
Like, they had a Street Fighter series. It was really good. They've had several movies that were really good.
The reason I don't see it as cheating is I don't think we'd ever finish this discussion if we were sitting here trying to think of something that wasn't animated.
Now, you want to know one that's never had anything made of it? Not even animated? Mortal Kombat. Those poor bastards, man. The movies suck. The anime sucks.
The best one I saw was Mortal Kombat Blood Axe.
What?
No. I mean, it was okay. It was funny. It was funny in that like silly sort of way, but that doesn't make it good for what it was supposed to be. A Mortal Kombat game should have been better. I felt that it could have been a lot better than what we got. But was it entertaining? You laugh your butt off because of how inaccurate it was to everything. Like, it was so silly. But to me, that was a parody.
Speaking of things that are good, let's look at this list of the top games.
Wait, what about? Correct me if I'm wrong. But what about the '90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Wasn't that a
Well,
game
that was a
first?
show first.
Damn it.
No,
Yeah.
no, it was a comic book,
Damn it.
then it was a movie, and then it was a comic book, then it was a cartoon, then it was a video game, then it was a live action.
Yeah.
Never mind
Then it was a
then.
really bad video game based on a live action.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
I tried.
Sorry, man. I am a fountain of useless information.
Well, that's why I said correct me if I'm wrong, because
Yep.
I very much could have been.
Click on that the game awards. There we go. All right, so the Game Awards 2019, every result, world premiere review, and super prize. Yeah. We went with the results. So
Game of the year.
of the year. Game of
Sekiro.
the year was Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
I'm
You were
surprised
bad
it
at
wasn't
words
Super
today.
Smash Bros.
I'm bad at words every day.
I'm surprised it
true.
wasn't Super Smash Bros. But I think it's because Super Smash Bros. Already won the fighting game award,
Uh-huh.
so they didn't want to overdo it. But I think more people probably are into Smash Brothers than Sekiro. But Sekiro was a good game. You
But
know.
I mean, here's the thing with Sekiro. Sekiro was very hyped though. Like I have people who haven't played Sekiro will try to tell you they played Sekiro because of its legendary difficulty and all that stuff. So I mean, I could see where people would vote for it.
True.
It's sort of that Dark Souls.
Now, I was
theory,
shocked at the
so.
best community support, but given their options, I guess they had to go there. But Destiny 2,
Best.
I did not. Well, they did say community support, so that doesn't mean the game is doing good. That means
Yeah.
the people behind the community is doing the job.
Okay. Are they telling you ways to get around all the DLC, the microtransactions? Because I mean,
Probably.
holy crap, man!
Destiny 2, yeah.
Best score and music, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding has good music.
I'm not
man.
surprised. I'm not surprised one bit.
Yeah, they
I haven't
put some
heard the
money.
music from Death Stranding, but I would
They
expect
played it at the awards. That's
Uh,
how good it was. They
I would
were playing
expect
at the
it to
awards.
be good. I mean, that game is too hyped.
Sayonara Wild Hearts.
So
They
best
made another Wild
narrative.
Hearts?
Scroll down for us, Miss.
No, I'm thinking Wild Arms. I wish it
Best
was
narrative is Disco
Elysium.
Elysium.
That is a wild game, dude.
I have not played
It is in depth as heck. You wake up as a cop who forgot your memory,
Uh-huh.
has amnesia,
Yeah.
and you just build a story. The dialogue trees are massive. In fact, it's ridiculously massive. The dialogue trees are in the thousands of options. And I watched a Jim Sterling review on it. And he said that he still could play that game through a dozen more times just because of the sheer options. So for narrative, yeah, I agree with him.
Best fighting game, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
I agree with that.
Speaking of fighting games, you know they released 2 of the characters this week on Tekken.
Wait a minute, is Leroy out?
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna have to go. All right, dang it. Well, I gotta go. I gotta help my kids with their homework, man. By the way, hurry up, man. My children are waiting on me.
Best audio design, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Not
Bull
sure
crap.
where that's coming from.
Nah, Call of
Um,
Duty sucks.
Best strategy game.
I'm hating on it.
There we go. Best strategy game. Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Really? It beat out Total War? Man, the Total War games are popular. Huh. All right.
I've actually been playing Tropico 6 a little bit. It's fun. I enjoy the Tropico games. It's
I don't
just
do a lot of RTS, so.
Content Creator of the Year.
Michael Shroud, that sounds right. Michael Shroud Griesick? Yeah, Griesick,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm going to pretend like I know who any of these people are. Yeah, man. Our boy Mike, yo, Shroud. Yeah.
Best Art Direction, Control.
I'm going to check out Control because I'm curious about it.
I've seen
heard
some
things.
videos of it. I could see that. Best Action Game, Devil May Cry 5.
Agreed.
All right.
Dude, have you not seen that game? Man, that's a combat.
I mean, I
edition.
haven't played it. To get the Best Action Game, I would sort of have to play it. Matter of fact, the only thing
yeah,
I've
but
played,
I've seen the competition.
The only thing on that list I've played is Gears 5.
Yeah,
so.
but that's more of a shooter. I could see it shouldn't win the best action.
But yeah, no, I could definitely.
And Metro Exodus went Epic exclusive, so they know what they can do.
Oh, Games for Impact, Gris.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, it beat out Life is Strange 2? Life is Strange 2 has a massive fan base.
Yeah.
Best family game, Luigi's Mansion 3.
All right.
It's funny. I've seen some videos. It's pretty fun.
All right. Best sports and racing game, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled.
That's got to be humiliating. A Crash, Crash Bandicoot. I think that's based. Is that the Crash Bandicoot game? It beat out FIFA and the other race. That would hurt my feelings.
Dude, I've been playing Need for Speed Heat. It's actually been a really good Need for Speed game.
I know. I'm shocked.
Like it's taken a lot of the best
game.
aspects of previous Need for Speeds.
Well, maybe that's not the Crash I'm thinking. I'm hoping so, because that would be sad.
And I don't even see Need for Speed Heat on here. Of course, it just came out like I don't know. Well, I guess it's been out a month or two, so it should have had time to get on the list.
Yeah.
It's been out longer than Death Stranding, so.
Yeah.
Best mobile game.
But not hyped as much as Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Best mobile game, Call of Duty Mobile. I can't say
best
anything.
Multiplayer game, Apex
Legends. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people love it.
Wow, Borderlands 3 lost. That's great.
Best ongoing game, Fortnite.
I guess Epic had to get in there somewhere.
Beat Saber. I thought that was.
Oh, dude, that game is cool.
I thought it was dumb, but
Megalovania on there is freaking awesome.
Best performance, Mads Mikkelsen
as Cliff from Death Stranding.
Oh, okay.
Death Stranding was going to be on there somewhere.
Yeah. Player's voice, Fire Emblem again.
Okay.
Fresh indie game,
Disco Elysium.
From
Zaum for Disco Elysium, which we just talked about.
Why? Oh, is Zaum the creator?
Zaum? I'm guessing so.
Is that the
Disco Elysium
indie group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Best role playing game, Disco Elysium. I understand. Yeah, it's the AUM. Best independent game, Disco. Wow, Disco Elysium was Disco. Yeah. Surprised it didn't get game of the year.
Best game direction, Death Stranding.
Hideo Kojima. You knew that.
Best action adventure game,
Sekiro. Okay, so that's why Devil May Cry won the other one, because Sekiro's in that category.
Esports, League of Legends for best esports games. Best
esports Fortnite got knocked out of the best esports. This is a good reward. All right.
Best esports event 2019 League of Legends. So the League of Legends crew came out in full stream.
Good job.
Wait,
hold on.
Best esports.
I can't read that fast. We don't know who these hosts are.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Jorks. Yeah.
Esports player.
G2 Esports. And Kyle Booga Geisler. I saw him. He is a young fella. Little young fella there. But, he got up there.
But, yeah.
He thanked Epic, though, so disrespect on that.
That's the end on that, man. I guess we'll let you get to your kid.
No, we got to finish it off with the punchline.
Oh, do you want the punchline?
We can't skip what wonderful, because you know who we didn't see in any of these game awards? What company
Bethesda?
didn't represent? We didn't see anything from Bethesda.
Well, Fallout 76 gets best bug of the year. Reloading.
Your gun breaks your armor. And I actually looked at and said, that's a new one. No, I play Fallout 4, I mod it, and I've never seen one where it's like, you reload your gun and your armor stops working. It's just like, what? Is my gun plugged into my armor? I don't even understand how that mechanic works that way.
Best bug of the year, Fallout 76 in entirety, really, not just this particular bug.
Well, you know what you do? Just go put your armor.
Year.
Well, just put your armor in your storage box, and that'll take care of that when your armor disappears. Don't worry, you can find new armor in your private server. Oh wait, someone looted everything already. Bethesda, what are you doing, man? Really, we used to be cool.
All right,
you used
guys,
to be cool, man.
That's gonna wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out our YouTube channel. We've got a podcast, website, Dicejunkies.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter. Of course, we do this show every Sunday at 3:30 on Twitch. We are looking at maybe trying out to see if YouTube Live does anything. Of course, that's
with
something.
All those new rules coming down. That'll be
we got to watch these new rules and decide. It'll be something next year that we're looking into. Like I said, let us know what you think. And thanks for watching, guys. If you want to support us, you can check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Dicejunkies. And as always, we hope you enjoyed.
Hold on, man. Look. Click.
Yeah, your armor.